Now for the abdominal cavity. This is the diaphragm, which separates thoracic from abdominal. This is the liver, largest internal organ. And on the right side, in between two of the lobes, we have the gallbladder, right here. Then we have the stomach. And then this is the first portion of the small intestine called the duodenum. This is the greater omentum. If we lift it up and pull it out of the way, right here we can see the pancreas. The head of the pancreas rests right next to the duodenum, and the tail stretches all the way to the other side. So this is the tail of the pancreas right here. It doesn't have much color to it, but it has a different texture. So these are the mostly small intestines. And if you spread them apart, you can see the mesentery. And well, here's our large intestine. It's a lot shorter, comparatively speaking, in cats than it is in humans. And when we get to where, right here, the small and the large meet, we have no appendix. So this is the end of the small, the ileum, and this is the start of the large, the cecum. And in humans, this is where the appendix would be. So then this is all the large intestine. And we have two arteries that supply the intestines. So this one way down here is the inferior mesenteric artery. And this one up here, right here, is the superior mesenteric artery. So superior supplies small and large, inferior, large only. The vena cava had a little bit of a blowout down here, so I mean you can still see it, but it colored everything blue. So here is the inferior vena cava, and next to it, a little bit to the left and a little bit deep, is the abdominal aorta. And I know that's what it is because the inferior mesenteric goes right to it. So even though it looks blue, this is the abdominal aorta. We have the kidneys, one on each side, and they're retroperitoneal, which means they sit behind the peritoneum. So peel the peritoneum away, and if you lift it up, this one had a little bit of a latex problem as well, but you will see right here, hopefully you can see it, renal artery, renal vein, all the blue went into the renal vein, and then we have a tube that usually isn't blue, but a tube that runs straight down. This is the ureter, and it's going to the bladder, which in many cats is about the size of a grape, although that varies quite a bit. So there's the bladder, right there in between two little fat pads. And the only other thing, it's not on your list, but it varies a lot in cats as well, and it can be kind of confusing, is this organ. This is the spleen. In some cats, it's really dark purple. In others, it's more pale like this. And in some cats, it's huge. So it's not on your list, but just because it can get confusing, there is your spleen.